Welcome to learn the hardest language in the world. Today I'm going to teach you how to introduce yourself in Chinese. In the previous videos we have learned some basic words for beginners, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to introduce your name, your profession, your hobbies, and much more. By the end of this video, you are going to have a very clear, structured introduction that you can use right away. So book your flight, watch this video, and go to China. And now let's get started. First thing that you're going to need when you're going to introduce yourself to somebody, of course, is to say hi, hello. So I'm not going to waste too much time on this because I already know that you know that 你好 is hi in Chinese. 你好. Now, let's say you're introducing yourself to a professor or maybe to an elder person to which you have to be a little bit formal with. Then you're going to use 您好. 您好. After you say hi, hello, you're going to say your name. In this case, you're going to say 我叫李文. So my Chinese name is Li Wen. So I will say 我叫李文. 我 means I. 叫 means to call. So 叫 is the verb. 我叫李文. Li Wen is my Chinese name. Let's say I would say my name is Alessia because that's my Italian name. I will say 我叫 Alessia. 我叫 Alessia. Step number 3, you're going to tell the person where are you from, right? So you're going to say 我是意大利人 if you're Italian. 我 I 是 to be. 意大利 means Italy. 人 is the person. So if you say only 意大利 means the country, okay? Italy. If you want to say Italian, you're going to put 人, 意大利人. The chances that you are Italian are very low. This is why I'm going to teach you a few names of countries so that perhaps your country is going to be here inside this video and you don't have to look for it. The first country is 美国, which is America. 美国. So if you are American, you're going to say 我是美国人. 我是美国人. Okay. Second country is 英国. 英国 means United Kingdom. So 我是英国人. 英国. Third country is 法国. 法国 means France. 我是法国人. And do you know how to say China in Chinese? 中国. 中国. Now, if you don't want to say I'm American, I'm Italian, I'm French, you can say I come from America, or I come from Italy, or I come from France. In this case, you will say 我来自意大利. 我来自意大利. 我 I 来自 I come from. So for example, if I want to say I come from America, I will say 我来自美国. 我来自法国. 我来自中国. Step 4 is to say your age. If you already know the numbers in Chinese, well, that's perfect. If you don't really know them, I will teach you a few of them. So first of all, you're going to say 我, which means I. Then you're going to add the number. For example, I'm 25 years old. So I'm going to say 我25. 25 means 25. 岁 is the age. So let's say you want to say you're 30 years old. You're going to say 我30岁. I'm 30 years old. 我30岁. Now let's count together from 25 to 35. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29、30、31、32、33、34、35、36. If your age is not here, then I'm afraid that you have to go and look for it on the internet. And of course, after your age, you might want to introduce your relationship status. So for example, you are single. Let's say you're single. You have to say, I'm single. How do you say that? Well, it's going to be like 我单身. 单身, it means single. 我单身. It's very easy. What if you have a boyfriend? Well, if you want to say, I have a boyfriend, you are going to say, 我有男朋友. 我有 means I have. 男朋友 means boyfriend. 我有 I have. 男朋友. And what if you want to say, I have a girlfriend? How are you going to say that? 我有 I have 女朋友. 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 Or maybe you are already married or even divorced. First, let's see how you say I'm married. 我结婚了. 我结婚了. Instead, if you want to say that you're divorced, you're going to say 我离婚了. 离婚 means divorce. 离婚. And of course, after introducing maybe your relationship status, you might want to talk about your profession, essentially your job. So let's say you are a student. You are going to say 我是 I am. 我是学生. 学生 means student. 我是学生. If you want to say I'm a teacher, you're going to say 我是老师. 我是老师 I am a teacher. 老师 is teacher. Let's say you are a doctor. You're going to say 我是医生. 我是医生. Or maybe you are an influencer or a blogger. You're going to say 我是博主. 博主. Step number 7. You're going to want to talk a little bit about your hobbies. This is what you're going to tell when maybe you are going for an interview for a job or simply you are talking with some friends. So how do you introduce your hobbies in Chinese? First of all, we have to learn to say I like to. So we will say 我喜欢 I like. 我喜欢. For example, I like to read books. How am I going to say that? 我喜欢看书. 我喜欢看书. 书 means book. 看 is the verb to read or to watch. Let's take another example. I like to learn Chinese. 我喜欢学习中文. 学习 means to study. 中文 means Chinese. 我喜欢 I like. 学习 to study. 中文 Chinese. Or maybe you like traveling. In this case, you're going to say 我喜欢 I like 旅行. 旅行 means to travel, traveling. 我喜欢旅行. If you like to draw, then you're going to say 我喜欢画画. 我喜欢 I like 画画. Or maybe you like to cook. You're going to say 我喜欢做饭. 做饭 means to cook. 我喜欢做饭. Or you might like to dance. 我喜欢跳舞. 我喜欢跳舞. And of course, although I'm not a fan of practicing sport, I still have to give you how to say a few sports in Chinese. So, if you want to say that you like to play basketball, you are going to say 我喜欢打篮球. 打篮球 means to play basketball. 篮球 is the basket, okay? Or maybe you like to play football. You are going to say 我喜欢踢足球. 我喜欢踢足球 football. Sometimes I like to go for a little run here in Marina Walk in Dubai. So I will say 我喜欢跑步. I like to run, I like to go for a jog. 我喜欢跑步. Or maybe you are into doing workout. Then you are going to say 我喜欢健身. 我喜欢健身. Step number 8, you're going to introduce your favorite Chinese food or maybe your favorite food in general. So in this case, you're going to say 我喜欢吃. 吃 means to eat. For example, let's say you like to eat dumplings, Chinese dumplings. You're going to say 我喜欢吃饺子. 我喜欢吃饺子. If you like to eat pizza, you're going to say 我喜欢吃披萨. 我喜欢吃披萨. Or maybe you like to eat barbecue. How do you say barbecue in Chinese? 烧烤. 烧烤. So if I want to say I like to eat, 我喜欢吃烧烤. 我喜欢吃烧烤. And of course, you should remember how to say nice to meet you to wrap up the whole thing. So you're going to say 很高兴认识你. 很高兴认识你. So for example, if now I have to create a self-introduction about myself, I will tell you 你好，我叫李文，我是意大利人. Or I will say 我来自意大利. The first one is I'm Italian. 我是意大利人. The second one, 我来自意大利 means I'm from Italy. 我25岁 I'm 25 years old. 我25岁. And maybe I will say that I'm single. 我单身 single. Of course, I might be talking about where I live. I can say 我在迪拜. 我在 I'm at, I'm in. Dubai means Dubai. 我在迪拜. And then if I want to say about my job, I'm in real estate. I will say 我做房地产. 房地产 means real estate. Then I will talk about my hobbies. 我喜欢做视频. I like to make videos. 我喜欢做视频. And maybe I like to travel. So I will say 我喜欢旅行. 我不喜欢 I don't like 我不喜欢 If we put 不 it means that you don't like this. 我不喜欢做饭 I don't like to cook. 我不喜欢做饭. Then finally I'm going to say that I like to eat pizza and dumplings. 我喜欢吃披萨. 我喜欢吃中国饺子. 意大利饺子也喜欢吃。今天的课上到这里，谢谢大家的倾听。Today's class is over. Now you have to watch this video to understand why Chinese is actually simpler than you think. It's not that hard. So go watch this video and I'll see you there. Bye bye.